in order to enjoy trust, must, through his life and his work, set an example. He must be a model, a symbol. Your Majesty, President, you are the incarnation of power which inspires confidence. Your struggles in favor of human rights, children, promotion of women, dialogue between cultures and civilizations are essential to help us to take up the challenge of this century. They are indispensable to help us to build beyond the banks of the North and the South a common future which will lead to the destiny of the world and the rights of each to dignity. Your Majesty, you are a sovereign who is committed, particularly with regard to children's education. And I recall your Madrasati project, which means my school, or the Jordan River Foundation, the aim of which is to give women the opportunity to take charge of their own lives. These are indeed lighthouse projects of the Queen of Jordan. Your commitment is always and above all a commitment coming from the heart, sometimes torn by the tragedies of our times. During the terrible recent events in Gaza, at a moment when the father of a family had just lost 5 of his 6 children in his house that had been destroyed, you asked this simple question, which I think summarizes all the misery and the absurdity of the world. What explanation can one give to the father of this family? Everything was in those words. Madam, we share in your struggles, and we are very proud of the cooperation that we have been able to develop with you in order to build bridges between cultures, and this with your support and that of Jordanian organizations. President Sampaio, you were an opponent of Salazar, and you were attached to defending political prisoners. You were the first Portuguese member of the European Commission of Human Rights following the accession of Portugal to the Council of Europe, to which you have been attached for more than 30 years. With regard to the North-South Centre, we know full well all that we owe to the former mayor of Lisbon and the former president of the Republic. Your appointment as the High Representative of the United Nations for the Alliance of Civilizations is the natural corollary of all your struggles in favor of the dignity of man. President Sampaio, as President of the Republic, you have never forgotten that if the power comes from above, confidence comes from below. During your mandates at the head of state, every year for 15 days, you left your official residence in Belém and went out to encounter the Portuguese people and to live with them in the simplest possible way. The man has always lived within the President. Your Majesty, President, the North-South Centre of the Council of Europe has the honour to award you this prize, and as a tribute and a sign of our accession in principle, the reason and our heart that supports your action and calls upon shared responsibility, which reminds us that humanity is accountable to humanity. Thank you very much. The floor now to Assistant Secretary General of the Council of Europe, Maud Bouker-Bukikio.
Mr. President, Presidente da República, Vossa Majestade, Presidente da Assembleia da República, Parliamentary Assembly, distinguished laureates, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. The Council of Europe created the North-South Prize to pay tribute to people who refuse to accept any divides between people and between peoples. Our aim is to strengthen the dialogue between different parts of the world based on respect for human rights and democracy, and to counter the rise in intolerance, extremism and violence around the world. I should like to thank the Portuguese Parliament for its long-lasting support to this event, and also to the President of Portugal and to the Portuguese government for their continuous encouragement to the North-South Centre of the Council of Europe. The two laureates of the prize for 2008 are known for their tireless efforts to overcome ignorance, stereotypes and misunderstanding between peoples and cultures. They are both committed to a greater respect for human dignity and social justice, and they are both working hard to make a difference. Her Majesty, Queen Rania Abdullah, is making an outstanding contribution to the social progress in Jordan and in the region. She is committed to building greater understanding between people of all cultures, religions and backgrounds, and involved in showing people from both sides of the Mediterranean that we have much in common, that people share the same concerns and values, regardless of ethnic, cultural or religious background. Queen Rania provides a role model of a modern Arab woman reconciling openness and modernity with respect for tradition. Our second laureate, His Excellency Jorge Sampaio, has been a campaigner for democracy and human rights since his day as a law student during the period of dictatorship in Portugal, and a truly motivated and outstanding member of the European Commission of Human Rights, a predecessor to the European Court of Human Rights. During his 2 terms as President of the Republic of Portugal, he has helped to consolidate democracy in Portugal and helped to anchor his country's place in Europe. Everything he has done and achieved throughout his professional and political career made him the ideal choice for the post of High Representative for the Alliance of Civilization. In this capacity, he promotes mutual understanding and global solidarity by bridging the differences between cultures and religions through dialogue. The 2 recipients of the 2008 North-South Prize of the Council of Europe truly symbolize the values of interdependence and global solidarity based on human rights, which are promoted by the North-South Centre. Because of them, the world is a smaller and a friendlier place to live in. Thank you very much, and my sincere congratulations to both of you.
The floor now to the President of the Parliament.